Good morning, everybody. Like I've mentioned before, I've been watching YouTube videos about Making a Murderer, Stephen Avery and Brendan Dassey for quite a while now. Particularly liked the videos produced by Erekose on Making a Murderer. I must admit, one of the reasons I started making videos and joining Erekose was basically to support him. I did one and he immediately said, "Oh, you must do more, you must do more." So I thought, well, fine, I'll go with that. At one time we did used to get some particularly vile stuff by people claiming to believe that Stephen Avery and Brendan Dassey are guilty, and they did used to come up with some particularly vile stuff. You wondered if they carried on like that in their normal life, how would they get on? Don't think they would get very far speaking to other people the way they were doing, and then of course we had the situation whereby Erekose did a video claiming that listing his favourite British characters, and I believe number 3 he put Captain Crunch, who I'd never heard of before. And since I said to him in the next video, I said, I'm not accepting that. Captain Crunch is definitely not British. It's a figment of your imagination. We have basically been like friendly guiltists to one another. We bash each other verbally daily, and I mean literally daily. It's great relief, it's great entertainment, debating about this non-issue of Captain Crunch's nationality, but it has taken on a new life for us. It is, as Erekose has often pointed out, a little bit of a relief, something a bit that's fun for us. Hopefully most of the people that have been in church, I think they quite enjoy the banter as well. They enjoy the fact that we're taking it somewhat seriously, because obviously Erekose has done his latest video and mentioned the fact that there is a survey, and I'll get onto that in a minute. I've done a list here, and seriously, this is a list of the different names that I have called Erekose over the past, I would say, year. Nicknames. Now, when you come to Manitowoc for the rally, go up to him and ask him about some of these nicknames. Some of them are pretty obvious. Okay, I'll just go straight through them. I've called him all of these in the past: Eric and Dassey, Sasquatch and Bigfoot. These next 5 come from the film The Big Lebowski. The Dude, His Dudeness, El Duderino, Donnie and Walter. I've also called him Big Nose. The other day I called him Esso. Don't think anybody's ever heard of that one before, so you'll have to ask Mark about that one, Mark Hodinett. I've called him Yank and Plank. I've called him Captain and Crunch, and obviously Captain Crunch, and Dr. Pepper. I've called him Dick and Rick and Morty. I've called him Lord Blackadder, my Lord, Baldrick, Darling, all from obviously Blackadder. Ball Bags, which is Carla's favourite. But most of the time, in actual fact, it's either Bud or Buddy, and that's our favourite one for describing Erekose. And I must admit, the reason for the t-shirts and the raffle was the fact that for several months, every time I spoke to him, I deliberately mentioned the control question, or got Mark to deliberately mention the control question. And of course, Erekose didn't have a clue what we were doing, that we were getting him to repeat and repeat and repeat. It's it is quite a serious thing, but it's also quite funny as well. Anyway, we found it quite funny that he kept talking without any hesitation. As soon as you mentioned the control question, he was straight in there. Yes, you know, that really did float his boat. Well, it still does float his boat. You know, he is without doubt a great fella. We absolutely love him to bits. He is, and I tell you what. Ask him. He has given as good as he's got at times, and he has given me some serious stick, you know. Now, I must admit, the thought of singing the Star-Spangled Banner doesn't bother me at all. It was actually the first tune, the first national anthem I ever heard, I ever learnt whilst playing the accordion. I learnt off an American book by the best accordionist in the world, an American called Charles Magnanti, and in his book, his tutor book, he had the Star-Spangled Banner. I'd learnt Star-Spangled Banner long before I'd learnt any other national anthem. But getting back to the video presentation of the sort of court scene with Mark, I don't know about you, but he has never ever convinced me, come anywhere near convincing me, that Captain Crunch has anything to do with being British. And if you listen to him, he even uses the words "it's kind of," or "it's sort of," or "like a." You know, you don't use vague terminology like that. You are, you know, if you're sure about something, then you're sure about it. You don't use terms like kind of, sort of, and like. Okay. I must admit, I thought it was absolutely brilliant. I laughed my socks off when he produced a birth certificate. Partly because if you can stoop so low as to produce a birth certificate, then it just shows how worried Erekose is about losing this challenge. And wasn't it noticeable? You know, the dude looked so smart with his shirt and tie. I wonder where he got that tie from. That was absolutely class, that was. But it just shows how much effort he's put into trying to win this unwinnable contest. He's going to lose. I'm afraid we're going to have to put up with him singing God Save the Queen. Now, I actually suggested that we swap round, and that, you know, if I lost, then I had to sing God Save the Queen. And if he lost, he would have to sing the Star-Spangled Banner. But unfortunately, no. It was decided that it would stay as it was. So yeah, I do fear for our ears when. I mean, there's another nickname that we've got for him, and it is "Ow." He's done a little video to sort of replicate mine. Anyway, when you go to Manitou, when you and for the rally, you must go and ask him about these nicknames, and don't forget to ask him about the control question, because he'll tell you all about it. Okay, so I'm going to leave the link, because I figured out how to do this link thing. I'm going to leave the link below to Erekose's video. Go to that video. In his sort of, he's got the link below to the survey. So go to the survey, and you can then you can vote. Well, it's simple. It's a simple one question. The simple question is Captain Crunch British? Obviously not. Is he American? Click on that button. That way, you know, we'll once and for all sort of do away with this nonsense that's been going on. But as I say, it's been absolutely great fun, and you know, Mark, Eric, you know, great fun. So I'll catch you soon. Bye for now.